Arnold's. Today's lunch is chicken Alfredo, and tomorrow's lunch is General Tso with rice. Breakfast and Bibles will meet this Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. in the auditorium. Join us for hot breakfast, fellowship with friends, and time in the Word. Everyone is welcome. Join our Instagram for updates, which is at CRHS Breakfast and Bibles. Any questions, see Mr. Miller in room 002 or Mr. Youngberg in room 147. See you there. With another bit of news, we are looking for Feed My Starving Children volunteers on Tuesday, October 15th. They are looking for 18-year-olds or older who can drive. The address will be located on the screen. The CRHS Swim and Dive team is hosting a fundraiser at Chick-fil-A in Cool Rapids on Tuesday, the 8th, from 5 to 8 p.m. When you stop in, mention Swim and Dive. Today is a special day on the national calendar. This day marks the start of National Dance Week. Take part in your cultural dances or your own this week to celebrate the healthy and active art known as dance. And now for the last news segment, Alumni Spotlight. Today we're going to be interviewing Mr. Johnson, and he's going to be telling you a little about himself and some advice he has for you.
First is how did you get started?
Well, I got started, so my name's Chad Johnson, everybody. Graduated here in 1992. I kind of knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur when I was a little kid, so I knew I was going to do something. But I started my first company when I was in college. So I was going to college, and I was working for a company, and they were making barcode scanners and printers and labels. And they were growing, they were booming. So I thought that's what I want to do. And I had a non-compete in the 5-state area. So I met with the owners and I asked them where the non-compete was. They showed me the boundaries, and I said, all right, well, I'm going to move to Denver. I just picked it on the map, said, moving to Denver, I'm going to do this myself. So I did. When I was 20 years old, I moved out there and started a company. Started selling barcode scanners and printers and labels. And, my reason for starting a business was maybe different than others, but mine was the freedom. I wasn't so big on the money at the time. I just wanted the freedom to be able to, if I wanted to go golfing on Wednesday, I'd go golfing. And I just wanted that freedom. That was my driving force. And my parents, didn't grow up with a lot of money. They worked their butts off, and I did not want to be corporate America, so I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I started this company out there and grew the company, and as I was selling barcodes, scanners, and printers and labels, the labels were the only thing that was residual, like the razor blades. People bought them every month. Where a printer and a scanner, they'd buy one every 5 years. So I started focusing on label sales, and I just brokered the labels, meaning I would buy labels from a manufacturer, mark them up, and sell them. And I started building my business. And I moved out there, in 95, and came back in 99. My dad had a heart attack back here. He lived, but I just thought I'd better move back. We were close. So I moved back, and I started my first label company. I went and bought a press. And I started making my own labels. And I brought some customers over from Denver, and that grew my business. That helped me really explode the business. And I hired my dad as my first hire, and my sister as my second, and they still work with me today. And that was, 24, 25 years ago. So since that time, I've been able to, I grew the company, Quality Label, and sold it in 2011. And since then I had bought a company called Plateworks, which is now in Coon Rapids, Adu Graphics, which is in Blaine, Sharper Image, which is in Chicago, and Pro Label, which is a label company that is in Coon Rapids here too, right off Hanson and 10. So now I have 100 employees. I'm in the kind of the graphic print market. So we have one kind of business that prints labels. I have another business that manufactures printing plates for the print industry. And then Adu Graphics is a business that we supply thin gauge film to the print market. So we buy jumbo rolls of materials, sheets of materials, blank material. We cut it, we slit it, and we send it to the customer. That's kind of how I got here, and it's been a fun ride, and I'm happy to help. Would love to see more entrepreneurs come out of Coon Rapids.
That's great. If you went to college after high school, where'd you go?
Well, I was a hopper. I was all over because it was hard for me to go to college, kind of, because I knew I wanted to start a business. So I went to Bemidji State right away for a year, and then I came back and went to AR for a year. Then I went to St. Cloud. And I was for business because I wanted to run a business. But to be honest, the business classes bored the heck out of me. I like the outdoors and nature, so I changed my major to biology, thinking I was going to start a medical company. So in the middle of all this, I moved to Denver, and I transferred all my credits I thought out to college out there, and hardly any of them transferred. So I started the business out there, didn't finish out there, waited until I came back in '99, and then went to Metro State, finished, only to finish. Honestly, for my parents, because they wanted me to have a degree. And, you know, I already had a business at the time, so I just got it done. So I ended up getting a biology degree at Metro, and I've never used it. But, you know, college isn't necessarily for everybody, but it definitely is for some people. And I think it depends on what you're going to get into and what you want to do. And if you're not sure what you want to do, I think college is great. If you're going to be an engineer, a doctor, a dentist, for sure you have to go. But you don't need it if you want to, you know, start a business per se. There are classes that help for sure. But for me, I knew at such a young age that I wanted to be an entrepreneur that, and it was good, you meet good people and you still learn some things in there, but for my profession, what I did, you know, I didn't necessarily need it, but I'm glad I got it.
Now for some minutes to win it. In this segment, as some of you know, we face Cardinals head-to-head with challenges. Whoever gets done first or gets the most progress in 1 minute wins. Thanks for watching Cardinals. We'll see you tomorrow.